I can't help but wonder, if I was a smoker, would I still be able to get my deposit back? Welcome to part 2 of what to do if your neighbor keeps smoking. I'm Lady Burke, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and click like on this video. So the very first video I did, which is titled What to Do If Your Neighbor Keeps Smoking, that link will be below, has gotten so much attention that it makes me realize that this is a very sensitive or hot topic for a lot of renters and also owners or landlords. And so because of all the feedback I've been getting on this, all of the comments, the questions, people have been sharing their experiences on this video, I decided to do part 2 and a part 3 for this topic. And so in this video, I will actually be addressing some questions, or 2 rather questions that I've got on this topic. So the very first one, I'm just going to jump right into it, is Miss J. Now, Miss J shared her experience here. She lives in Massachusetts. And briefly, I won't read the entire thing, but briefly, she says that her property manager made her move to a different unit for smokers, I guess, who are acting hostile towards her because she reported them for smoking. She states that they broke her security door multiple times and threatened her life. Her new unit that she's in is 10 times worse. She has neighbors next to her who smoke cigars and other stuff. And she says that she has asthma. She states the lease agreement indicates no smoking. The police can do nothing because the owner will not hang up signs outside the property. Property manager did hang up, I guess, some paper signs, but they were torn down right away. And she goes on to say that she doesn't know how to deal with this scenario and she needs some advice. So Miss J, I actually did do some research on the smoking law in Massachusetts. And I'm actually gonna pull that up right here. Give me a second on my laptop. And a couple of things, Miss J. There are some suggestions that I really want to make clear to anyone that's watching this video. And that is, anytime someone threatens your life, the very first thing you should do is file a police report. No questions asked. It doesn't matter if they're your neighbor or not, you know, someone living across the street or right next door to you. If you feel like your life is in danger or that you've been threatened, you should absolutely file a police report. That's only going to help you in your case in this situation. The next suggestion that I would make to you, Ms. J, is to schedule an appointment with the property manager to go meet them, sit down, and have a face-to-face conversation. You will be amazed by how much good can come from a face-to-face sit-down conversation. I strongly suggest that you do that. The third thing is to document everything that's been happening. Keep a journal, write everything down so that you can also supply that to your property manager. I would also write letters to either the owner or the property manager and keep copies of that. Since you do have asthma, you also have the right to request what's called a reasonable accommodation. The secondhand smoke is affecting you, it's affecting your health. You can request a reasonable accommodation, meaning, is there another property that they manage that you can transfer to that's non-smoking? Also, you state that your lease indicates no smoking. I don't know if everyone is on the same lease or not, but either way, when you sit down to meet with your property manager, you are within your right as a renter to ask for a copy of the non-smoking policy. Please do that. And then Massachusetts has a smoke-free housing project hotline, Ms. J, that you can call. That number is 877-830-8795. please reach out to them as well. They definitely would have more knowledge on the smoke-free policy there in your state. I'm from California, so my knowledge is limited, but please give them a call. And if all else fails, you do have the right to file a court case, especially if you have a disability like asthma. Okay, so those are my suggestions. Ms. J, I hope you see this video. Please leave a comment below, or you can send me an email to let me know if these are steps that you're going to take. And for anyone else that may be wondering whether or not a landlord has the right to do that, the answer is yes. The landlord does have the right to restrict smoking on their property, just like they have the right to restrict pets. Okay, and please remember that even though as a renter or as an individual, if you want to smoke, you can do that. Remember that the landlord restricting smoking from their property is not considered discrimination, only because smokers are not a protected class. As you know, with legal rights, there's certain protected classes that fall under that umbrella where any action taken against them could be considered discriminatory, and smokers is not one of them. So if you live in a property and you sign the rental agreement that says non-smoking, just find alternative ways. No one is saying that you should stop smoking. No one's definitely trying to tell you how to live your life, but there are definitely alternative ways so that you can adhere to the smoke-free policy where you live, and also enjoy the use of tobacco smoke or anything else like that. Okay, so the second question that I got, let me go back to the comments here, which I thought was excellent. Evolution asked, I can't help but wonder, if I was a smoker, would I still be able to get my deposit back? This is an excellent question. And the short answer is, it depends. It depends on how long you've been in the unit, how long you've been smoking inside the unit. If there is nicotine all over the walls, there's yellow stains everywhere, chances are you're not going to get your deposit back. Or if you do, it'll be very little back in return, because it takes a special chemical to get that nicotine out of the walls and the smell from the flooring. I once had a resident that lived in the unit for 20 years, was a smoker. We had to chemical treat not just the walls, but also the subfloor in the apartment, because the smell comes through as well the carpet. If you have carpet in an apartment and that resident was a smoker, if you don't remove the carpet and the padding and chemical treat the subfloor, it's going to continue to be an issue for the next resident. So depending on how extensive your smoking habit was inside the unit, there's a chance that you may not get it back. But remember, renters, before you move, my suggestion is to meet with the property manager 2 weeks before you move out and ask for what's called a pre-move out inspection. That manager will walk your apartment with you, and they should give you something in writing stating what type of fixes or anything you need to do before you leave, so that you have time to fix that. This will help ensure that you will get your deposit back, hopefully in full, but if not, most of the deposit. Okay, so I will be doing a part 3, because one of the comments also in this video I thought was really funny. It's from Kareem Azam, and I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right, but the comment was, she needs a joint. And I thought that was actually a really good point, because one of the other questions we get a lot is, what if I have a medical marijuana card? Can I still smoke and use that in a complex that has a non-smoking policy? So please stay tuned for part 3. That'll be coming out next week. I thank you guys so much for watching. I ask, if you can, to please leave comments below. Let me know what you think. Please continue to share your experiences with us. Ask questions. You guys can reach out to me via email. Again, that link will be below. Or you can just ask questions in the comments. I do respond to comments. So I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe and click like on this video for more content. See you guys next week.